Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to make Golgappa, which is everyone's favorite, and now we are going to show you how to do the Golgappa in a detailed way. So please stay tuned to my channel for the entire recipe, and before that, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and also press the bell icon for notification of my subsequent uploads. So let's dive into the video first. So for the ingredients of the Golgappa, basically the round balls of it, we need atta and suji. So here we have taken like equal quantities of atta and suji. Here I have taken half cup of atta, half cup of suji, which is not dry roasted, nothing has been done to it. We will be mixing it together and making a dough with it, and also we'll be adding a little bit of baking soda. So let's see how to do it. We are mixing it together now, the atta and the suji. Also here we'll be adding a pinch of baking soda. Just a pinch of baking soda, you see. So first we'll be mixing it in the dry state only, both of it together. I mean 3 of it actually together, and then we'll be adding water gradually to make the dough. Here we are adding the water now. Actually the water quantity we have taken is half the quantity of the total mixture of the atta and the suji, and you have to make the dough so that it is a very tight kind of a consistency, not at all runny, nothing like that. We'll show you the consistency of the dough as well. We'll gradually be mixing the water. See, the dough is now done. It is very tight kind of a consistency. See, nothing is sticking to my hands. And now what we'll be doing is that we'll be just taking a moist cloth, not a wet cloth, but just a moist cloth, and we'll be covering this dough with the moist cloth and keeping it just like that with the moist cloth with for around 30 minutes for giving it some standing time. Now that it has been like more than 45 minutes that I have kept this dough in that cloth I have shown you already. Now you have to make these small balls like this, very tiny balls, to make the Golgappas or the fuchkas. See the size of the balls? It's very small. So now what you have to do is that you have to just make the roti shape of it out of the small balls that you have made. Without putting any atta or oil in it. And then I have here taken a cap to just cut off the round shape. See the shape and the size of it. It should not be very big in size, because when you deep fry it, it will automatically get fluffier and will little tend to increase in size. So this size is the perfect size of it. So I have here taken this cap of this size. You can take any cap of, for that matter, of this kind of round shape, and cut it off from the roti kind of thing that you are doing. Now we have to deep fry the things which you have made to make the Golgappa balls. So here we have taken oil, it's a vegetable oil. You have to warm up the oil and then deep fry the balls. Have to deep fry all of this. Once it starts getting completely fried, it will bulge up from the middle. see it has bulged off from the middle, and that is when you understand that it has taken the proper shape. Drain out the oil and then keep it aside. Now you see, after I have fried all of them, it looks like this. See, the size has increased to this much. But then one thing you have to remember, that when you're frying a fuchka, some might not turn out to be, bulging up completely. For example, this one has not even bulged up from one side. Or even there are so many which have not bulged up from the one side, so don't get disheartened for that. Just make it in a larger quantity so that even if you get things like this, you can skip them and have this fuller sizes. So now the fuchka, that is the golgappa thing, basically is being done. What will be now proceeding is that making the aloo and the water for this. Now the next step is making the coriander chutney. This chutney will be required for the potato mix which we are going to make, and also the water for the fuchka. So in this chutney, what we are going to do is that I have taken some fresh coriander leaves. This is the fresh coriander leaves. You can also put pudina leaves. I put like few pudina. We didn't have much of it at home. But apart from that, we have also put some gingers and also green chilies. So the level of the chilies is according to the level of tolerance that you have, and we are going to make a very smooth paste out of all of these things, and we will be keeping this chutney aside and will be using it for the potato and the water mix. Now the next step is making the tamarind chutney, which will be requiring for the aloo as well as the water alone. So here what we have done is that we have taken the fresh tamarind and we are soaking it in the water. So the tamarind, the amount of the tamarind is like a handful of tamarind, and we are soaking it in like around 1 glass, completely 1 glass of water, and taking the pulp out of it. The water has to be very runny and liquidy. Now in this water itself we are adding some rock salt, some masala, which is a roasted masala of coriander leaves, cumin, coriander powder, cumins, and also red chilies. These all three are dry roasted and made into a powder, so that has also been mixed with the water. Also in the water we are going to add that coriander chutney which I showed just now. Just 1 spoon of coriander chutney is to be added with this amount of the water. This is 1.5 glass of water, tamarind water, and mix it well. So my water is now ready. Now for the aloo mixture, we have taken here peeled boiled potatoes and also mutton which is being boiled thoroughly, and also some green chilies we have boiled it, like fresh green chilies. We are also taking some powdered red chilies. And apart from this, we'll be also adding some rock salt and the tamarind water and the green chutney which I had shown you already. Also, I forgot to mention, here we'll be also adding that roasted masala, which is a roasted masala, a dry roasting of cumin seeds, jeera, and also dried red chilies. All three are dry roasted and made into a powder. So this has also been added to this potato. Some rock salt also goes in it. In the meanwhile, we are also adding a lemon in the water, and also you can keep the lemon in the water itself. It adds to the tanginess. Now we are going to make the aloo. We are adding the green chutney. It has to be mixed very nicely. Also add some of the tamarind water which you have already made. This will give this aloo also a tangy taste and will add to the flavor. So now the golgappas are done. So you see it is crisp. You just have to put the aloo inside. the water, and you are done, ready to eat. So yeah, that's all about the Golgappa recipe. Do try it out now. These days when we are not able to go out and have the Golgappas from the street side shops, it's a great time to try out this recipe. Also let me know in the comment section below how it came out for you, and also tag me if you recreate this recipe. And also if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and also press the bell icon for notification of my subsequent uploads. Bye bye, take care, stay tuned.